I don't know what Xbox is doing, but it's not good. Hi, welcome to ZGadgetReview. Xbox announced today that they are raising the price for Game Pass Ultimate from $19.99 to $29.99. So effective today, October 1st, Game Pass Ultimate is going to cost $30 a month. So now the tiers have been reworked in a way where you also get more perks for having Game Pass, for being a Game Pass member. While the price might be high, I'm going to try to give you a pro and con argument here about Game Pass. First, let's go over what the new Game Pass Ultimate gives you. So what did you get for $30? Game Pass Ultimate is going to give you access to everything. 400 plus games, day one games on Xbox as well. As you know, Xbox has this whole play it first or play it on day one on Game Pass. That is going to be applied exclusively going forward to the Ultimate tier. What they're saying is you're going to get 75 plus day one games a year. This is going to include all Xbox published games on day one. So people in lower tiers are going to lose on these games on day one published by Xbox perk. In addition to that, you're going to have Ubisoft Plus Classic. I didn't know that there were two different tiers of Ubisoft Plus. So Ubisoft Plus Classics is going to be part of the Ultimate. That is going to include a rotating library of Ubisoft games. Right now, you're going to have access to pretty much all of the Far Cry games and all of the Assassin's Creed games that are available. Prince of Persia, Rabbids Invasion, the interactive TV show, Rabbids Party Legends. These are party games. And usually this will cost you an extra $8 a month, but it's going to be part of your $30 subscription. Now, Ubisoft Premium, what's the difference? Ubisoft Premium pretty much is like Game Pass Premium, but just for Ubisoft games. So Ubisoft games, day one, they come out, you can play them. Ubisoft Classics, you have to wait for games to be added to this service in order for you to play them. So while it sounds like a good thing, it isn't necessarily true. On top of that, okay, to sweeten the deal, they're going to add Fortnite Crew, but that's not coming until November 18th. What is Fortnite Crew? Fortnite Crew is another subscription service coming from Fortnite. In this case, you're going to get access to various in-game passes like the Battle Pass, the Lego Pass, the Music Pass, as well as special items and 1,000 V-Bucks every month. This other subscription service is going to be rolled into this Ultimate service. And of course, EA Play. But I think EA Play has been a part of Game Pass for a while now. Here's another change that seems that Microsoft is going to be making for Game Cloud, xCloud, whatever you want to call it. So Game Pass Cloud. As of today, October 1st is coming out of beta. So now it's a full launch of Game Pass Cloud gaming. Because Game Cloud is coming out of beta, now it's going to go for 1440p. Before it was streaming at 1080p. So now it's going to stream at 1440p. And as I say here, seems like in the queue of whatever game you want to play, you're going to go in first. But wait, there is more. Because you can now have the opportunity to earn up to $100 per year. That's right, $100 per year, which equals 100,000 points just by playing game. Now, on top of that, you are going to get a discount on select Game Pass games if you want to buy them. Okay, so that's Game Pass Ultimate. So that's the highest tier of Game Pass. Let's move on to the middle tier of Game Pass. The price is not changing here. Game Pass Premium is going to be $15 a month. And yes, the price doesn't sound bad, but here's how they get you. It's only going to get 200 plus games. And of course, they're going to curate what games go to all premium and what games don't go to premium. You get to play on PC, console, and cloud. I forgot to say about the Ultimate, of course, you can play on PC, console, or cloud. You're going to get new Xbox published games within a year of launch. This whole play day one on Xbox, when you see that tag, if you are a premium member of Game Pass, it's not going to count for you. It's only going to count for Ultimate. Unlimited cloud gaming with shorter wait times, which is kind of the same thing that they say here again, because we have on Ultimate, you play with the shortest wait times. On Premium, you play with shorter wait times. Like, I don't understand. That doesn't make much sense to me. Here, you're not going to get any, like V-Bucks or any of the Ubisoft services or anything like that. Now, you're going to get some new in-game benefits where you can unlock some cosmetics. They specify here League of Legends, Call of Duty Warzone, and Tom Clancy in Rainbow Six X. Right now, there is a version of that. It's called the Xbox Rewards, I think, or Perks. And you go every month, it recycles and it changes and it gives you skins for different games. So I think we're going to get the same thing that we're getting now, just maybe more often. And then finally, of course, you can get some more points through rewards. You can get up to $50 per year or 50,000 points globally. So you won't get any sort of percentage discounts at all. You get a 5% of points back for your purchase. Now, there's a curious thing here with Premium that is actually on their press release. So I'm going to read it to you. Premium subscribers get newly added fan favorites like Diablo 4 and Hogwarts Legacy starting today, and new Xbox published games within a year of their launch. Excludes Call of Duty titles. That's right. You are not going to have access to Call of Duty games. So if you're like, hey, I'm good, I'll just go with the $15 a month and I'll get to play Call of Duty as one of my 200 plus games. Well, Microsoft knows what you're doing. Xbox knows what you're doing, and they're not going to allow it. And finally, we have the cheapest tier of Game Pass. This is called Game Pass Essential, and it's going to be $10 a month. What do you get for that? You get 50 plus games. So again, a curated library of Game Pass games, now playable on PC, console, and cloud. You get unlimited cloud gaming. They do not say anything about the speeds or how long it'll take you to get into one of these games. It just says that you can play games on the cloud. You can also get the same game in benefits that you get in Ultimate for League of Legends, Call of Duty, Warzone, and Overwatch 2. You can get in your rewards program up to $25 a year or 25,000 points globally in store just by playing games. You also get points on purchase of games and add-ons. They don't specify what the percentage or how many points. They just say you will get points. Now let's talk about the pros and cons here. I'm going to focus on the Ultimate tier because that's the newish tier and the one that's getting the price bump and the other perks and stuff like that. And that is the thing that is causing the most anger amongst people, and I understand why. But let's do the pros first, okay? $30 a month. While it is expensive, it's not crazy expensive when you calculate that a game by itself is $60, $70, $80, depending on the publisher and the game. If you play more than one game a month or in general, to me, it's worth it. And I know what you're going to say. If you go through Game Pass, then you don't own any games. And yes, sure, but my counter argument to that is going to be, do you really own any games nowadays? How many games that have some sort of online component to it have we seen that has been shut down by the company because they didn't want to continue paying for the servers? Also, games are not being shipped in discs anymore. Like, this is where we are now. While the $30 a month sounds like a lot of money, I think that when you do the math and play enough games, it becomes worth it. And yeah, you have Ubisoft Plus Classics. How many Assassin's Creed games can you play? Like, if you're a huge Assassin's Creed fan and you've never played any of these games, you've never bought any of them, then yeah, the price, the $30 a month is more than worth it for you. And then you have cloud gaming. Cloud gaming is supposed to be the fastest. It's supposed to be at its best, 1440p. Of course, it's not 4K, but it's better than 1080p, and you should be getting a better experience because it has come out of beta. That means that is ready to go for the masses, right? Xbox, right? Let's talk about my cons. And I actually have a lot that can counter the pros. So first of all, $30 a month is a lot of freaking money. Personally, I can do a lot with $30 a month. If you were to put those $30 a month in a bank account, under your couch, under your mattress, wherever you save your money, you will end up with $360 a year. $360 a year, again, is a pretty good amount of money. I do not have a counter for the ownership, the game ownership, because it is true that at this point, you don't own any games. It's gotten so bad that even Steam has changed their language to tell you that you're not buying the game, but you're buying a license key for that game. I'm sorry, but as part of my counter, I'm going to blame you. Yes, you the one who doesn't buy physical media anymore. You the one who stopped buying DVDs, Blu-rays. You the one who stopped buying CDs, vinyls. You the one who stopped buying actually games and started just doing everything through download. You are the one to blame for what's happening now against xCloud. While it might be nice to have, how often do you play games in the cloud? Usually, if it's a game that I don't want to download because I don't have enough space on my console, or I just don't want to wait for the thing to download and I just want to play it. Those are the only reasons why I've used cloud gaming. It is nice to have 1440p, but as when I did my tests of cloud gaming on the LG TV, if you don't have good internet, it doesn't matter because your experience is going to suck. It's going to be the worst experience of your life playing a video game. So if you don't have good internet and you're paying $30 a month, this whole thing about xCloud being faster at 1440p means nothing. And then I guess you could also say the quality of the games. How many games are there in that service that you're going to be playing every single month to make worth your $30 investment? Those are all things to consider. Just because the service has a bunch of games available to you for you to play doesn't mean that you're actually going to take advantage of it. If you're the type of person who plays 1 or 2 games a year, like you wait for the Call of Duty, let's say Madden, maybe FIFA, then you're actually better off just buying those titles because it's going to save you about half of what it will cost you a year to pay for the monthly pass of Game Pass. I hope those arguments help you make a decision about what it is that you should do when it comes to the service. I feel like I've talked about this before and I got some crap about it when the whole article came out that Microsoft was losing money on Game Pass. This right here is proof that that is true. They're not only raising the price on their most expensive tier, but they're screwing everybody else below that tier. The fact that if you pay $15 a month or cheaper, you're most likely not going to get to play a Call of Duty title is messed up because they know that most people who are on Game Pass nowadays are there because they want to play Call of Duty. And I can guarantee you that they have looked at the numbers and they have said, yes, most people who pay for this are here for Call of Duty. So if you want to play Call of Duty, you have to pay me $30 a month or just buy the game straight up. And then everybody else, screw you. That is clearly a way of Microsoft to get people to move from the below tiers that have been in the below tiers paying less and taking advantage of Call of Duty and forcing them to move up and pay more money in order to get Call of Duty. You could also argue that you could get the service for a month, get the 20% discount, buy Call of Duty 7, and then cancel and then, save some money when you buy the game. But then they have multiplayer locked in one of these tiers. So no matter what, you have to pay something in order to have access to multiplayer. So it's pretty smart and evil from Xbox to do this. But they're a business and the business is there to make money. They're not there for your benefit. They're there for their benefit. Everything pointed to that they were going to do something like that because at this point, they have invested so much that they cannot just scrap the whole thing and be like, you know what? Was a good experiment, but it's not working. We're going to move on and try something else. They can't do that anymore. Game Pass is here to stay and Game Pass is what Xbox is going to do. On top of that, they're launching their handheld machines that are stupid expensive as well. I mean, $1,000 for highest handheld is just stupid. I'm sorry, but if you're going to spend $1,000 on a handheld, this is how you can. Because you can buy a laptop for $1,000, a good laptop that you can play games on and do more than what you can do on that handheld for the same amount of money. Or even if you have $1,000 to spend, you have $1,200 to spend. You can spend $1,200 for a good laptop to play games on. In order to have that handheld, it's going to cost you $1,000 plus $320 a year to use it. Because that's the other reason why they're raising the prices. They know that people want to play games on their handheld. And you're going to play cloud games on your handheld when that thing runs out of storage. You're not going to have a choice unless you're installing and uninstalling games all the time. Also, not every game is going to run on that. And when you want to play them, you're going to have the choice to do it in the cloud. They also expecting people to pay the $30 a month who are going to be buying this new device. And if you want to play Call of Duty in the cloud, which you can do, you're going to have to compare for the $30 because anything below that, no Call of Duty for you. And let's add to that the fact that they have raised the price for their consoles for a second time, where they're making their consoles stupid expensive as well. Like at this point, it feels like Microsoft doesn't want you to buy their consoles, number one. And now it feels like they want you to just cancel your Game Pass service if you don't see the value in it, because they have made it so expensive. If it had gone from $19.99 to $25, I don't think that people would have gotten as crazy as they have. I think $25 would have been a pretty good increase. Man, I was not expecting this. Like, this is crazy news. But again, it makes sense based on previous reports that Microsoft is losing money on Game Pass to increase the price. What do you think about the new Game Pass price increase? Are you going to cancel? Did you already cancel? Are you going to keep it? Do you see value in it? Let me know in the comment section. That is it for me. Go ahead and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if it really helps the channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be alerted every time we have new videos. And thank you very much for watching.